All right, we are live. Mikhail, how are you doing?
Hey guys, I'm doing well. I'm doing very fine.
Good, good, good. As you'll notice, we don't have Anthony with us today. He has
Mm.
some prior obligations, and we're also on a show doing the show on Tuesday. Yesterday, I wanted to be able to join the stream, the AMA with the Desert Lynx and Quantum Explorer, Joel and Sam, which was nice. And so, yeah, we're doing the show today, and we are going to have a developer-oriented show today, where we're going to go through some steps that you, Mikhail, have painstakingly put together on how to start developing dApps on Dash Platform. So I think we have quite a bit of content. So let's jump right in. Let's get your screen share going. And while you're doing that, I'll just give a little bit more context. We are going live with Dash Platform. I don't see your screen share coming up.
Wait, 1 second.
Okay. We are going live with Dash Platform on July 29th, and that means that's this month. So in 27 days, we will have binaries to activate the network, and then the network can adopt those. And it will probably take a few weeks, maybe up to a month, I'm guessing, to get everything working out. So in August, we will have Dash Platform running live on mainnet. So that's pretty exciting stuff. But before that, I think before that and even after that, it's important to have the ability to run a local development environment, so that you're not relying on either testnet or mainnet to do your local development. It's faster that way. It's more streamlined that way. It's more reliable that way. So regardless of mainnet, testnet status, you can start developing your applications and testing it against what would look like the real network. So, Mikhail, I see you got your screen share.
Um,
So why don't you take it away from here?
yeah, guys. So what I want to show you is how to run your local separate Dash network from the scratch, like a local group of like a few nodes that are running and creating a small Dash network that you can run. And
One thing real quick, sorry to interrupt. Can you bump up the font and just kind of always keep the font as big as you can, so that the old people like me can see the text?
yeah, so um, the first step that you want to do to start Dash development is you need to connect to the network with your SDK. So you basically might want to just create a local Dash network that consists of few nodes that are connected together, and it will create a separate environment from the testnet, from the mainnet, so you can develop your stuff just separately from the network. So what you need is Node.js on your workstation. You will need a Docker and DashMate tool installed. So the network are created via DashMate. So this is another mode of the DashMate that allows you to create a group of nodes. So yeah, let's try to do it.
While you're doing some things, I'll say a couple things as well. We talked about before the show. You are going to right now. This documentation isn't anywhere public, but we're testing it right now. You've written up the steps. We're going to test this documentation to see if it's kind of foolproof from start to finish, so that anybody who can follow a recipe, make chocolate chip cookies, can also spin up a local development environment and start testing, working with Dash Platform. So specifically, we are creating the nodes that would simulate the back end, the blockchain network. We're going to create those on our own local computer. And specifically, you said 4 nodes. What are those 4 nodes?
Yeah, one seed node and 3 master nodes will create a small network that you can use to develop your things.
Okay, and then I didn't mean to do this if I did it, but I'm going to add did you remove your screen share purposely?
Yeah, okay. I just created a separate directory where I will run everything from scratch.
Okay, bump up the
okay,
font.
I have something running. I will stop it right now. Everything what I have.
Okay, and then if you bump up the font, if you would, please.
Like make it louder or
make it bigger. So like Control Plus or something should usually do it.
Like this?
Yes. Keep going. Yep. I think that's good.
Okay. So yeah, so first step that you need to do is to download the DashMate. I don't remember if it's installed globally on my computer. I usually do it from development mode. We need to specify the version that we would like to install. So right now it's dev.12, but yeah, it's frequently changed. So we need to know exactly version. You can get it from the Platform Explorer, by the way.
Yeah, and just so I'm just looking at your documentation on the side while you're doing this. So the instructions aren't 100% explicit for non-developers, but these 3 prerequisites you install however you want to, but those steps aren't going to be explicit. DashMate, for example, you installed it globally, so that would be different than installing it. So is that necessary, or can you install it?
You can install the DashMate whatever way you like. Like it can be downloaded with the dep package. You can install it via npm. But on my local computer, I usually just run it with the yarn, like in development mode. So I don't really install it globally, locally.
Okay.
So so let's see if we got this. We ain't got this. Wait a second. Okay, let me check.
So DashMate, for anybody who doesn't know, is a command line tool that helps you spin up Dash instances of the Dash daemon running on your local network, or does it also? It also does sets up nodes on testnet as well, as far as I know.
So I don't know, something I haven't tested with my local command line, like the DashMate. So I will show you from a development version, like I will do it with the yarn prefix, but it's the commands are the same. Basically, you will just need to emit yarn, and so the first step that we need to do is to ensure that we don't have any previous group setups.
Mm-hmm. Now your screen share dropped again. Did you mean for that to happen?
Yeah.
Add it back.
I will just screen share the.
Yarn DashMate setup. You could bump the font up again.
Yeah.
You should be able to do it with a keyboard shortcut. It's usually Command plus. If you want to try that,
No.
Control plus. Yeah, I guess you're using WebStorm, so I'm not sure where it is there.
So, do you see like the font is good? Do you see it on the screen?
We see what you see, so it's a little small for the viewers, I think. But if you can bump it up a little bit. If not, that's fine. It works.
Let's get it like this.
That's good.
So yeah, so the first what we need to do is to set up our local network. We run DashMate setup local, and then basically hit enter for the each step that you ask, and then the defaults are good.
So I saw that it's setting up miners and all sorts of things. Yep.
Yeah, right now it creates a configuration, the DashMate configuration, creating configuration for the nodes, and creating the basic blockchain like Genesis and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So the last step that I see on the screen is configure SSL certificates. Is it still working on that, or?
Well, yeah, it will create a self-signed certificate, so no interaction is needed.
I guess it's working on configure tender dash nodes.
Something with the core, I think.
I see. It's a little.
Yeah.
I see the swirling fish there. Configure core nodes.
So at this step, I'm sure it's creating like some quorums and now registering master nodes. We can check it, by the way. What does it do? If we go through the logs.
Mm-hmm. You ran docker ps. Okay.
So it's like we can see, yeah, some blocks are going just right now. So it should be good very, very soon.
And I'll also say this is going to, so we've been doing our walkthroughs, right, with third-party developers just to get an idea of how it is working with Dash platform. And I think that we will probably incorporate setting up a local node because that's both educational and more reliable. So that's why I kind of asked you to do this setup.
Here it is. It's done. So after the setup is successful, we just start the node where DashMate group starts. So basically,
can you press hide on that little bar at the bottom? Yeah.
So basically, so after setup is finished, you would probably want to start your group of nodes. So instead of regular DashMate start commands, which we use for full nodes, for our EVA nodes, here we use DashMate group. So it's group is added in the command, which tells DashMate that you are manipulating with the group of nodes. So we do DashMate group start and see that services are starting.
Okay.
So it will download all the images. The first start probably would take several minutes, so depending on your connection. But once the images of core services and platform services will be downloaded and cached locally, so it's pretty fast to start and stop.
So just to be clear, we've spun up 3 Evo nodes, not just master nodes, correct?
Yes, 3 HPMNs, 3 EVA nodes.
Okay.
So yeah.
Now, do you you've got the Platform Explorer as well, I know, and are you able to configure running a Platform Explorer node and the indexing services that we went over in our last show, all of those services that you've built individually? Are you able to set it up so that these nodes can so that can run on this network?
I think this can be done. Like like if you want to set up a DashMate full node, then set up a Platform Explorer. I will think how we can make this together.
Yeah, even an Insight server, that kind
Mhm.
of stuff, all
Yeah.
the infrastructure locally.
Yeah. Good idea. Good idea. So as we can see, everything went fine, and yeah. So right now the network is started. We can check it by doing Docker PS. Via Docker PS, we can see that all containers is up and that status is up. They are running. So if anything went wrong with your configuration, you would probably see some errors, some restarting containers. You can go and check logs of this container if you want to resolve your errors. So you can just dig this up. Uh, Also, another way to check that your network is good is to make DashMate group status command. It will query each of the node and show the status of each of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can see that everything is up. We don't have platform blocks yet. I don't know why. Probably the version should be dev 7. I don't know because but we will see. We will see later. We can also check the status of individual node, of individual local node. Like if we want to query it just like a regular node, we can pass a config. For example, we want to check local one node. We can do German -mate status and pass the config. It will pick up everything, pick up the configuration, and show the status. So we can even check platform status of this node by passing the config flag.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. I wonder if chain is progressing, the platform chain, because the height is 1. So let's check it live.
Yep.
So let's first check the logs of the tender dash container, because tender dash is the main component of the platform chain. Like oh, I can see that the chain is progressing. We can see that some blocks are just finally coming in. So it seems that network is fine. It seems that the network is doing good, and as we can see, because we deployed 3 EVA nodes, it also spins up 3 DAPI instances for you as well. We can see a DAPI here. And we can see that it deploys a DAPI at port 3004, 3005, or it should be different for each of it. Interesting. DAPI API.
Are these port numbers or what's the 3004?
Yeah, this ports number, what you want to put in your Dash SDK to make your client connect to it. So as our network is ready, let's create a sample project, sample application.
Okay. Right now, you're just creating a new WebStorm code IDE project, so that's straightforward.
So what we want to do is first initialize our Node.js project. Just put everything as defaults.
Okay. So now we're working
then
on the client side, but that's for people. We're building a client side application. Now we've got the back end spun up. We've got four nodes running, so that's acting as our back end. Now we're making a client side application.
As we did npm init command, we can see that package JSON file was created. Then we want to install our Dash SDK dependency. We do it by npm install, save, and specify a Dash SDK dependency with the version of the network.
Okay, and I see you're doing version 12, even though the latest release is not 12 yet. Any reason for that? The latest version of the SDK or of the platform is dev.16.
Yeah, there is a reason for that. Wait.
Okay.
I think I'm. It's one. Okay, it should be like that. I think. Yes. Wait. We can see this through the npm website, by the way, so we can just get to it and check what we have the versions. Yes. So basically, you need to specify a correct version of your Dash SDK of your nodes, and it has to be correct. From what I know right now, network is running on top of Dev 12 version, not Dev 16. Like Dev 16 is the development version, but the network is running on the Dev 12, and all testnet nodes are running Dev 12. So we're picking Dev 12.
Okay.
I remember it's 4.00 for some reason. I don't remember for what reason.
Yes.
Yeah. Forgot about that.
The SDK went to semantic versioning a while ago, and so we've been working with. Actually, if you saw there, the quote unquote latest version is still the 3 point something, because 4 point something is considered the development branch still.
So right now Node.js is downloading the Dash package. Once it's installed, you will see the node models that it downloaded, and right now we can start creating our Node.js application. Let's start it by creating an index.js.
Okay, so you're going to create a Node.js application rather than a front end browser-based application. Is that right?
Yeah. So where did I have this one? Yeah.
Okay. That seems
so
reasonable.
I have this README. I have some code samples right here. So let's just copy that. This is just the basic application, basic frame of our application. So what it does, it creates a client, then syncs up to the network, and gets you address to receive your Dash on it.
And the important part here is that you're including in the configuration object the DAPI addresses array that shows 1.27.0.1 and then port 3001. That's the 1.7 is a local node.
Yeah, this should point to your local DAPI node, and right now I think it's incorrect. Let's check what we have. I think I think we want the port of the Envoy, so it should be 2000 for free, for example. So that's the port of the first DAPI node.
And is that so? You're choosing the Envoy port. Is that because Envoy does port forwarding?
Yeah, it's kind of gateway. So
Okay.
it's DAPI Envoy is the gateway of the DAPI. Yeah. So as I can see, everything except I haven't tested the DAPI addresses field of the options. So let's check how it's working.
Okay.
We type node index.js. Let's see. Yeah, I think the server does not implement the method get blockchain status. Yeah, I think what versions do we have? So yeah, I think the problem is because because the versions that does not really match. Uh,
So
because we
right
have
now in the application code, you have client. Your
okay. In that case, let's check. Let's try to match the versions.
okay. Now, do you need to blow away your npm lock file, or should that?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
All right. Now, I noticed in the application code that you weren't doing anything network related. It was all wallet creation.
So yeah, I will make it more clear why I changed the version. Because the versions of my node of local node is 01 development, and the latest version for it is dev 16. So I will set my version to dev 16 in my local application.
Okay.
In case of testnet network, it's dev 12 for right now. Okay, it's still failing. Let's check if it's picked up. We can see that by checking. The version is weird that it
Yeah.
developed. Yeah. I think we should remove that. I think we should remove that. Okay. Now it's dev 16. Mm, mm. So it was recently rewritten, but I'm remembering which version. Which version should I pick?
So get blockchain status. Where in your client code is it doing that call? Get blockchain status. Could you flip over to your index?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, you're right. I think might need to to check out different version. I think that's the reason. I think I should pick up dev 16 because I'm running DashMate from this project. Since I was doing that from this one, maybe restart. Oh, we should supply a rope in the middle of it. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay, let's get back to it. What do we do here? Okay, let's try to leave it like this, but let's try to reset the network. Maybe it will pick everything up. Let's get back to the version of the dev 12 here. to reset. You can always reset your network. There are two types of resets of your Dash local network. So you can do a soft reset and hard reset. Soft reset will just drop your blockchain and start it from the height one. So it will just clean your data and restart the services. But hard reset, it will drop everything. It will drop all the configs, all the volumes, all the chains. So we want to drop everything. So we put hard reset in it.
Okay.
We can also put a force, so it will emit the check for running services. Okay, it cleaned everything. Okay, let me get back to the recent 16 version.
So you just checked out a different branch. What are you checking out? Is it for the DashMate code that you checked out a new branch for?
Yeah. I just need to match the version of the DashMate, version of SDK, and the version of the platform services. They should all match. I had the DashMate Dev 12, while had everything Dev 16. So I need to match the DashMate as well. So we dropped the local network. Let's create it again. We do setup local as we did it in the first one. Okay, let's drop also all the configs.
So the hard reset doesn't delete your configuration files?
Yeah, it seems so. Let's create a network again. I hope it doesn't fall.
Okay. Do you want to say anything about that withdrawals private key? I'm sure some people might be wondering about that.
I don't know. I think, yeah, man. I don't know. I haven't used that feature. Like, I think withdrawals was turned off for quite a while in the network. So in the testnet network. So I wasn't testing this feature yet.
Okay. Let's go back to your documentation while we're waiting for that and see where we are in that process.
Yeah, so what I want to show you next is we run our code. We get the address to receive funds. Then we can mint some coins, get some testnet coins in our local network on our generated address. And then we will make some transactions. We will send some Dash. We will register an identity. We will create a data contract that will allow us to push documents, submit a document, and then query it back from the system.
Okay. Now, I didn't see any code for the minting part. Is that?
Yeah, there is just a command, which is DashMate wallet mint, I believe, stuff like that.
Okay. And if we typed in DashMate help, we would probably find
wallet
commands. Okay. Do you want to do that real quick? Just while we're waiting for that, showing what in a new tab what DashMate help gives us.
Yeah. So you need to pass a config. You need to pass a config pointing to the seed node, because the master nodes doesn't really hold any dash. And we should supply an address through an address tag.
Okay, but one step before that. So if you could bump up your font, you typed in yarn DashMate, whoa, yarn DashMate wallet mint.
Yeah, actually, I made the yarn part because I used the development version of the DashMate.
Right. But if you just
So
type DashMate dash help, will it tell you the different options? Because I wouldn't know that there's a wallet mint command, for example, if I was just running this for the first time. So does it have a list of the main commands if you just type
I
DashMate
think so. I think so. Yeah, there is a wallet option.
Okay.
Wallet group of
Now you
commands.
put wallet in there, and it gives you the sub commands for that.
Yeah. In each command we have sub commands. So
okay, so wallet only has mint as a command.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So there's no wallet or anything like that yet.
Sorry.
Like I would have expected a lot more wallet command.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah. Maybe it's not best. Maybe it's not the best place for this command. I don't know.
Let's check the network.
Yeah, let's check. It went good. Dev 16, yeah, the latest version.
Yes. I'm gonna throw up a question here. Question about Rust SDK later on. In Shenmik's opinion, are the steps needed to call Rust SDK with JavaScript using WASM bindgen a difficult task? If not, how long does he think a dev would need to do it?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Yeah, it's on the screen also. But the question is, in your opinion, are the steps needed to call the Rust SDK with JavaScript using WASM bindgen a difficult task? So in other words, would it be difficult to use the Rust SDK in a JavaScript setting?
No, it will the same. It will be mostly the same. All the code that we have right now, it will be all the same. It will just under the hood, it will be calling the WASM bindings. So from developer's perspective, it will be the same SDK with the same functions, with the same methods, but it will underlying we will call the Rust bindings. So from the developer's perspective, there is nothing he should worry about.
There may be an added prerequisite, though. I'm not sure. That's something beyond my territory. But I'll also just show. Michael Cluster says Docker plus node equals hell on earth. So take that.
Okay. We got our network started. Let's just make a quick check that it is working. Don't forget group. So let's try to run our snippet.
Did that page show the version that they're running now?
What?
Did the Docker group just press up and to run that same command again? Yeah, here we go.
We have some errors though. Chain lock quorum size. Okay, what does it mean? I don't really know. Okay, let's try to reset it. Let's try a soft reset. Maybe it will pick everything. I think I know. maybe we should update everything, every images that we have, since we have zero, like a tag in our images. It will probably have outdated packages in my Docker. So I will run a DashMate update command.
And what's that updating?
Sorry.
What is it updating? DashMate
It,
update updates
it's
what?
it's updating the images of the services to the latest images. So all the images, for example, if we have updates of the components of the drive components, and we have a tag, it will always pick up the latest version. So when you, yeah, as we can see, we have drive outdated and API. So probably that was the reason why it was failing. Let's try to reset it now.
So is that contacting Docker's hosted images
Yeah,
that
exactly.
DG uploads periodically new versions of the Docker images, and it's contacting Docker Hub?
No, it's calling the local Docker. So it's updating the images of the local Docker in your local Docker storage.
Okay.
So let's see if it works. It should work. we did a lot to make this work.
So what is your summary of what went wrong the first time? Was it because we were on
Everything
ROM?
everything is about the semantic versions. So it's not good. The semantic version that is used, like there are different versions and different development versions, and you have to know which version should you use, and you should combine this version in proper order.
Yeah.
All of your tools have to be correct version.
Mhm.
So that's
But
the most difficult
specifically,
part.
in order to get the version of DashMate, was that you switched the DashMate branch in the
Hmm.
Git repo? Is
Yeah,
that what?
switch it to the version tag. So every time platform version is out, it also tags a git commit. So I just check out this git commit and run commands on top of it.
Okay, so that's just one of those things that we should make note of and make sure that the documentation has.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, like most likely you don't need this step, because when you install DashMate separately, not like me, like I'm using it like a dev version, like through the platform code from the platform monorepo, but usually you use it from the command line. So you install DashMate via npm or via downloading it with the dep package. So you probably don't need this step. You just need to make sure your DashMate is correct version.
Okay.
Okay. Let's start our group of nodes. And let's hope this time it will work.
Starting a miner.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay, let's wait until it start fully. What common status? Let's wait till we see that the chain is progressing.
Mm-hmm.
Still error. I don't see any errors. Probably need some time to get up. Yep. No. Not yet.
You're looking at the platform status that's showing an error. The platform
Mhm.
container is fine. What was the thing above it?
Okay, let's. Yeah,
Core,
actually,
core
we
is
need.
running fine. It looks like it's just platform that's not.
Yeah, but uh, it could. Let's check if DAPI is actually working. We need to check DAPI API. Okay, cannot connect to something. The tender dash is not there. Tender dash. Why do you?
So I've noticed
Uh,
just recently in the past 2 or 3 days that a new release for Tender Dash dropped, and it's the actual 1.0.0 version of Tender Dash and the Rust ABCI, Tender Dash ABCI. Those both got promoted to version 1.0.0 just one day ago. So I'm not sure if that might be anything related to.
right now there is no chain locks yet in the system, so we need to wait for chain locks. I don't know why chain locks. Why there is no chain locks?
Which would be a core. That's a core function, so that's interesting.
Let's check if the master node is actually working. It's working. Okay. I think this is just code up. Yeah. We just needed to wait a little bit more. Okay. 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 I think this one is working. Okay. Right now we should see that the DAPI is working. Yeah, it got up. So right now we should see that the network is up, and we can fire some requests in the DAPI. Yeah, all good. Okay, let's hope that this will work. Oh, it's working. So
Nice.
yeah, we got every version matching, and that made our services working. Um, I supplied a local DAPI instance of our local network in the DAPI addresses field. It also worked and got us an address. Um, okay, let's
Can you
get.
tell us again, real quick, before you leave that? Tell us again what the address is that you're connecting to, and why that's important. Because you said
Uh,
before you're not connecting directly to a node; you're connecting to a gateway.
yeah, so right now we have a small network consisting of 4 nodes, which creates a small network, a separate network from the testnet, a local network. Um, so you can connect to it with your Dash SDK, for example, and to do that, you connect to the DAPI, address and port, which is of your local node. So you just put it in your configuration of the Dash SDK,
Okay.
so you can connect to it. So basically, it connects your SDK to your network, to your local network,
Mm-hmm.
and you can do stuff there. You can send transactions, make documents, and stuff like that. So right now we have an address. We put a seed phrase in it, and this address is the first address of our seed phrase in our network.
Mm-hmm.
So there are no transactions in the network yet.
So you would need some funds minted
Yeah,
to that address.
yeah, exactly. To do that, we first need to stop our network, because valid mint command requires you to do that on the stop network. I don't know why.
Okay.
Uh,
Now, in theory, the miners are getting paid mining the Dash, right? So you could, in theory, have send from a miner to your node, right? To your wallet, rather. But instead, you were deciding to just mint it to yourself. Okay.
The network itself, by the way, rec test, if anyone wonders. So it means that the blocks are getting created like once the transactions is there, like it constantly. So it's not like anything is mining here. Like there is no miners in this network. It just programmatically just create blocks.
Right.
as the
Meaning that
network needs.
the Dash, the C++ Dash node, the core blockchain, is running in reg test mode. The core chain.
Yeah. So we stopped our network. Let's try to mint some coins. We need to pass a seed node as a config value here, and also pass an address where we want our funds to receive. Let's get it from our. This was our address. I think it broke because I stopped the network. Then we pass it here and check if missing. And you also need to specify amount of Dash that you want. For example, 100. That should be fine. Oh, what an animation! I really like that. Oh, this looks good. Okay, now we can stop the network back.
What exactly did you stop when you said group stop? You stopped all the nodes from running.
Yes.
So how do you mint? How does a network mint coins?
I don't know how this command is working. I think it could be optimized, but basically it starts the network minting and stopping it again. I don't know why you need to stop and start your network, like every time. But maybe this command could be optimized. I don't know. Just it was made like that. Yeah. So let's hope everything will start flawlessly. Okay. We also need to wait until everything is picked up. Let's check by the drive again. By the DAPI. The logs of DAPI we need. Hmm. $30. Well, I don't know. Probably it's good. Okay, let's check through the code. Let's check it through the code. So it should change the address if the funds was received with our previous address. So it should show us the next address. So let's just run this over again.
Okay, and you're doing that.
We can see that the address is changed. That means that some transactions went through our seed phrase.
Okay. And the other way to do that, to check that, would be if you were to spin up an insight or a test net, a block. Let's see. What's your
let's change
node?
Sorry, what do you mean?
Oh, I was just saying, most people wouldn't think to check to see if the HD wallet generation had moved from 1 to 2 to see if your address had.
Yeah, let's check the balance. Let's actually check the balance of the wallet so we can ensure that we received. Let's add the balance in the log, and also we need to request address. Requiring the balance. So we get the get total balance. Balance is the number, so I think it should show us. Yeah, here it is. We have more than 100 Dash in our packet.
Okay.
Then we can start making some transactions. Let's try to send as a basic, a regular core transaction.
Okay.
Just to see if it's working. So as a recipient, we can use our address. So let's fire some Dash. I haven't tested this snippet, but I think it should work. We will fix the errors if it don't. Min relay fee not met. What options can we supply? Deduct fee. Okay.
Yeah, you'd think that would be a default option, right?
Yeah, something is not good with the fees. I don't know. That's probably an SDK problem.
Yeah.
So let's try if we can just please deduct fee. That will work. Oh, there is a typo. Nah.
I don't think that this one is. We could probably move on to the next.
Okay.
Just to see if the platform is running, because that doesn't require.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Right. So once we want to play some platform stuff, first what we need to do is to create an identity. So identity is like an account in the Dash platform where you have all transactions, all the documents, data contracts, and all the stuff associated with it. To register,
can I ask some follow-up questions on that? Because I get the question a lot in our walkthroughs. What is an identity? What is it? What is an identity? Not using an analogy, what is it actually?
Well, it's a identity is a resource, like the same like we have data contracts, we have documents, and we have a lot of stuff in GrowDB. So technically, it's just the same as everything in the Dash platform. But you can think of it like of account type, like account in Ethereum, where we have account and we have transactions linked to it. So it's basically this, like the similar, like you can have an identity and you have everything in the network associated with it. Like you can have names, you can have data contracts, you can have documents that you put in the data contracts. They will be also linked to it. For example, if you have an NFT, you will be also an owner of NFT. So a specific identity will be an owner of NFT, of a document, of data contract, whatever.
The answer that I've been giving people, which I'm not sure if it's correct, but the answer that I've been giving people when they ask that is that it's a public-private key pair. Is that true? Because when you get the identity back,
not exactly. I think not exactly, because the system allows you to add or remove. So there is so you can associate different public keys with the same identity identifier. So that means that you can have different public keys associated with identity, and it can, and different keys could be removed, could be added new, so it's not like exactly that way, but
okay, that's something I guess I'll dig into myself later on to satisfy my own curiosity. But
Okay.
for now,
Okay. Yeah. Let's
something that lets you go.
try. Yeah. Let's try to create. Let's try to create an identity, an actual identity in our network. So to do that, we call client platform identities.register. It return you identity instance object. There are some methods to get an ID. You call get ID and then make a toString on it. So right now we have an identity. Okay. The next step that you probably would like to do is to create a data contract, right? Let's create it. So what we are going to do is we get our identity via identifier. This is different command than the register, but similar. So this line will get the identity that we received in our previous step. Instead of register, we just retrieve it. Then we can create an example data contract. This is just a hello world application that will allow us to put messages in the Dash blockchain. Yeah, we created the contracts are created client side, and then you can publish it. So it's separate steps. First, you create a contract, and then use it and publish it through the SDK.
So I noticed the contract creation line. That's a client. That's not an asynchronous function.
Yeah.
So that means to me, it's just creating this client side, and then it's
yeah.
the
But
publish-
probably
the
might be also await is missing in this. I don't know. I don't remember exactly, but we will see now.
Yep.
Yeah. So I used previous identifier. Oh. Yeah, probably I need to add an await right here. It throws me a schema error because I don't have position in the property. There is a it was taken from the documentation, but it's not quite right. I think position should be right.
We've run into that issue before.
Yeah, yeah.
And then maybe the await didn't need to be there after all, but I don't know.
What should we?
You added an await on the contract creation part.
Let's compare it with the DashMate. I think it should give us exactly what we need. Index document type. What we have node. We have properties message. I think we can just import it. Let's try to do that. Interesting. Okay, let's make it through from scratch. We had node, I remember, then message field. So maybe type object is missing. I don't see it here. Yeah.
You had type string, but yeah, I don't know.
I had type string on this one, but also type object is missing. Okay, let's check once again. Seems something is working. It's not that fast though.
Mm.
Everything is up.
I'm going to go to the tutorial that we've been doing with Anthony to see if that platform identities create is actually asynchronous.
I don't know where it's stuck. Let's try once again. Oh, here we have. So we registered a data contract, and here we can see the ID of our contract.
Let's see.
So it worked. It worked.
Okay, so it worked.
Yeah, so
Great.
it worked. Great, yeah. So next step, what we want to do is we want to push some documents in our data contract.
Yeah.
So what we need to do is we need to add one more option in our client. So in the options, there should be an applications field, which will list the contract ID of our application, so we can push data in it. So this is a required step. So here, where we construct a Dash client, we need to insert our created data contract. Then we can insert an info in it, some data in it. Let me copy this one in our application. Let's replace data contract creation with the document creation. So what we do is we create a document through the create function. We specify the type of the document that we want to create. In our case, it's Hello World application that we specified in our Dash client.
Mm-hmm.
And also the node, the type of document that we created. Let me show you. Like this one. It should be this is our document type. So we put it together. We put hello world dot node. Hello world is our data contract. Node is our document type. We also pass an identity from which we want to push the documents from, and we supply document data. In our case, it's hello world message. Yeah, we also then we create a batch and insert the document inside of it, like this. So only one document per one transaction is currently unloaded in the network, but theoretically it can be increased, the number of documents that can be supplied in the batch. Yeah, so let's check how it's working for us. So we have a document. I think I also want to see a document ID in case everything went fine. So we get hello world document, get ID, and toString. I think that should work.
Can you scroll up a bit on your code?
Yeah.
Up. No, the other way. Yeah, just scroll up.
So first we get the identity that we created in the first step. Then we supply a command for creating a document, which for which you need your hello world application,
Mm-hmm.
which we set here, and also the type of your document.
Mm-hmm.
Then you supply identity and the actual data that you want to put. Then you create a batch object which supplies what you want to do with your document created. Maybe you want to replace your document or even delete it. And then you broadcast in the network. Then we get the ID if broadcast went good.
Okay.
Oh, we don't have enough balance on our identity. Good. Then we might want to
Did we
top
figure
up.
to do the
Top
top
up.
up?
Yeah. We need to do some top up. I haven't expected that. So what we need to do probably is just to make client platform identities dot top up, which accept, I don't know what it accept. Let's check in the documentation. Identities top up. Top up receives document ID, identifier, and the amount. So it should be something like, I don't know how much credits should I top up, but let's just, so we have commented out everything. Okay. I think we're fine. I think it should be good.
I was just. There you go. I pasted some code in the private chat.
In the Discord?
StreamYard. This is, yeah, that's from that's from Anthony's tutorial. This part has been working for us regularly.
Identities IDs. So basically, so we need to make it as flat, I think.
That should be better, but
I like it. Like this more. Just to keep it clean. Okay, let's check. I don't know, there was something with the asset locks, I don't know. Oh, it actually worked. Cool. Thank you, Ryan. Okay, so let's get back to our document. Let's check if we can post it right now. Yeah. So it successfully broadcasted our document, and we can see its ID in the log. Yeah. So the last step that I wanted you to show you is how to query it back from the system. So at this point, we submitted a document in the Dash Platform network. Now we can query it back in our SDK. To do that, we have a code sample. So yeah, Dash Platform allow you not just simply post your data in the blockchain. It allows you to make some complex queries. So in this one, I will show you how to get all the documents that matches the specific message. Okay, let's see what we have. To do that, we specify our application, our hello world and node document type, and supply a query options where you specify query language. This is GroveDB query language, I believe. Yeah, let's run it.
Once upon a time, I thought that I heard something about SQL query language being supported rather than this right in the SDK. You know anything about that?
Sorry.
Is SQL is SQL supported for GroveDB? Do you know?
No. There is a specific GroveDB query language that we should use. I didn't work much with it, but what does it say? Query must be for valid indices. We have no index on the message, so probably we can't use this feature to retrieve the document. So let's check how we can get it the other way. Just simply where I guess we can just omit where and get all of the documents.
I'm looking for how we did this part.
Oh, it's actually returned the suffix. With the empty query, it returned all of the documents that system has. Like we can do something like this. Oh yeah, what do I type? Oh, I see.
I can drop another code block for you if it helps, but I think you're on the right track.
Yeah, it's the same document that we posted previously. BYK1. Yeah, so this is how we work with it, and yeah, there was a query, so which allows you to make some queries. So, but in order for this functionality to work, we had to insert an index of the message inside the data contract. So the system will prepare an index, and then we could use these complex queries.
Yeah.
So
now we got quite a ways here. The main thing that I wanted to show here in this show was how to set up the local network. So we went beyond that. So this is great. This is going to help developers, I think, a lot to be able to just test against their own local network. So, and by the way, Michael Cluster says, yes, some of the SQL standard is implemented in platform, which is great to hear because there's nothing worse than query languages that are not standardized. So I'm glad to see that we're working towards that.
Yeah, so basically that's it. We have a local network that is running on our local machine, and we can work with it separately from the network. One thing I want to note is that if you have a laptop, so when you close your laptop, it doesn't work really stable. So every time you go from the sleeping, if your computer went for sleep, so you should check all of your services, restart them, and ensure that all of the services are working correctly before you start doing your code.
Great. All right. So like we said at the beginning, we're going to refine this, the steps in the tutorial, the documentation.
Yeah.
I would love
Yeah.
to see it in the main documentation at some point in the actual docs.dash.org site.
Mhm.
But before that, you mentioned that you might be putting up a Medium post so that
Yeah.
it can be found
Yeah.
and indexed. For Google.
Yeah. I will turn this quick start that I just composed into an article, so the people on the internet will be able to read it and follow all of the steps
Right.
if they want to.
Is this your owl guy? I think you've been working with him, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He says hello. So yeah, thank you for everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Mikhail, for preparing this tutorial. This will help a lot, like I said. And we will see you next week, I guess. I was trying to remember what we have planned for next week, but I don't think it's finalized yet. So we'll see you next week. We'll probably be on Monday next week as normal. So thanks again, Mikhail, and everybody else.
See you around. Bye.